My name is Warren Buffett. The year I turned 89, I made $9 billion, which really pissed me off because it was 3 shy of $1 billion a month.
Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. These words belong to the man whose name has become synonymous with wise investing and financial success. Warren Buffett, known as the Oracle of Omaha, is not just one of the richest people in the world. He is a living legend whose story inspires millions. Today, we will embark on an incredible journey through the life of a man who turned $100 into a fortune exceeding $100 billion. We will learn how a boy from Nebraska, who started his business at the age of 6, selling chewing gum, became one of the most influential investors of all time, and uncover the secrets of his unique investment strategy, which allowed him to achieve phenomenal success. We will share not just well-known facts from the life of Warren Buffett, but will reveal details and little-known aspects of his path to financial success. Prepare for unexpected stories that will allow you to see the legendary investor in a completely new light. And at the end, we will summarize and understand what qualities helped Warren Buffett become who he is now, not just a billionaire, but a true symbol of the American dream. Warren Edward Buffett was born on August 30th, 1930, in Omaha, Nebraska, to stockbroker and Congressman Howard Buffett and his wife, Layla. Warren was the second of 3 children and the only son in the family. From early childhood, young Warren showed an extraordinary interest in numbers and finance. He could spend hours mentally adding multi-digit numbers and memorizing statistical data from various directories. Warren's childhood coincided with the Great Depression, which undoubtedly influenced his worldview and attitude towards money. Despite the fact that the Buffett family did not experience serious financial difficulties thanks to his father's work, Warren realized the value of every dollar and the importance of financial stability from an early age. Already at the age of 6, Warren showed the first signs of entrepreneurial talent. He started buying packs of Wrigley's chewing gum for 25 cents and selling each stick for a penny. Little Warren quickly grasped the basics of business. Buy low, sell high. This simple principle became the foundation of his future investment philosophy. At the age of 11, Warren made his first investment, buying 3 shares of City Service for $38 each. When the share price dropped to $27, he got scared. So when the price returned to $40, he immediately sold them. This early mistake became an important lesson for Buffett. He realized that one must be patient and not succumb to panic in the market. Later, the price of these shares rose to $200, which once again confirmed the importance of a long-term approach to investing. As a teenager, Warren continued to develop his entrepreneurial skills. He delivered newspapers, sold used golf balls, and also opened a pinball machine rental and maintenance business. By the time he graduated from high school in 1947, Buffett had accumulated more than $5,000, a significant sum for that time. Despite his obvious talent for business, Warren did not immediately decide on his life path. After graduating from high school, he entered the University of Pennsylvania, but studied there for only 2 years. He then transferred to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, where he received a bachelor's degree in business administration at the age of 19. Wanting to continue his education, Buffett applied to Harvard Business School, but was rejected. This rejection could have been a serious blow to many, but not to Warren. Instead, he enrolled at Columbia University, where he met people who had a huge impact on his future career. At Columbia University, Buffett studied under Benjamin Graham, a renowned economist and author of the book The Intelligent Investor, which became a Bible for many investors. Graham developed the concept of value investing, which involves finding undervalued companies with strong fundamentals. This philosophy deeply influenced Buffett and became the foundation of his own approach to investment. In addition to Graham, Buffett met David Dodd at Columbia University, Graham's co-author on the book Security Analysis. These 2 men became true mentors for Warren and had a huge impact on the formation of his investment philosophy. After graduating from Columbia University in 1951 with a master's degree in economics, Buffett returned to Omaha and started working at his father's company, Buffett, Falk & Company. Here, he continued to hone his skills in securities analysis and investing, gradually accumulating capital and experience that would allow him to become one of the most successful investors in history. Warren Buffett's real breakthrough came in 1956 when he founded his first partnership, Buffett Associates, Limited, starting with a capital of $105,000, of which only $100 was his own money. Buffett demonstrated his talent for investment management. In its first year of operation, the partnership generated a return of 41.1%, while the Dow Jones Index grew by only 26.9%. The success of the first partnership led to the creation of several more similar structures. Buffett merged them in 1962 into one partnership, Buffett Partnership Limited. During this period, he began acquiring shares of the textile company Berkshire Hathaway, which later became the foundation of his investment empire. Buffett's strategy was to find undervalued companies with strong fundamentals. He carefully studied financial statements, analyzed business models, and assessed the quality of company management. This approach allowed Buffett to find gems in the market, companies whose real value significantly exceeded their market price. One of Buffett's key principles was investing in businesses he understood. He avoided technology companies and complex financial instruments, preferring simple and profitable businesses with sustainable competitive advantages. This strategy helped him avoid many market bubbles and crises. In 1965, Buffett gained control of Berkshire Hathaway and began transforming it from a loss-making textile company into an investment holding company. He used the cash flow from the textile business to acquire other companies and securities. Among Buffett's most successful investments during this period were the purchases of insurance companies, including National Indemnity Company in 1967. The insurance business became an important element of Buffett's strategy. It allowed him to use the so-called insurance float, money received in the form of insurance premiums that could be invested until the time of payment of possible insurance claims. This gave Buffett access to a significant amount of capital for further investments. In the 1970s and 1980s, Buffett continued to build up his investments, acquiring large stakes in companies such as the Washington Post Company, Geico, and Coca-Cola. His reputation as a successful investor grew, and people began calling him the Oracle of Omaha for his ability to anticipate market trends and choose winning investments. One of the key factors in Buffett's success was his ability to learn from his mistakes. For example, the acquisition of Berkshire Hathaway was initially not the best decision. Buffett spent years trying to make the textile business profitable before finally closing it in 1985. This experience taught him to more carefully evaluate the long-term prospects of a business before investing. By the end of the 1980s, Berkshire Hathaway had become one of the largest companies in the United States, and Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. His annual shareholder meetings became real events, attracting thousands of investors from around the world who wanted to hear the wisdom of the Oracle of Omaha. Warren Buffett's investment philosophy, known as value investing, became the foundation of his phenomenal success. The key principle of this philosophy is to find companies whose intrinsic value significantly exceeds their market price. Buffett often said, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." One of the main aspects of Buffett's approach is long-term investing. He does not seek quick profits, but prefers to hold shares of companies for years or even decades. His famous phrase, "Our favorite holding period is forever," reflects this philosophy. Buffett believes that if a company is truly good, there is no reason to sell it. Buffett also pays great attention to the quality of company management. He looks for businesses with competent and honest leadership that acts in the interests of shareholders. When we own portions of outstanding businesses with outstanding managements, our favorite holding period is forever, says Buffett. Another important principle of Buffett's investment philosophy is the concept of the economic moat. He looks for companies with sustainable competitive advantages that protect them from competitors, just as a moat protects a castle. These can be strong brands, patents, economies of scale, or network effects. Buffett is also known for his conservative approach to risk. He follows the #1 rule of investing: never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. This approach led Buffett to miss many technology booms, but also helped him avoid many crashes. Interestingly, Buffett does not seek to diversify his portfolio in the way that many financial experts recommend. He prefers concentrated investments in companies that he understands well. Diversification is protection against ignorance. It makes little sense if you know what you are doing, Buffett argues. Another important aspect of Buffett's philosophy is his approach to market fluctuations. He views market volatility not as a risk, but as an opportunity. When the market falls, Buffett sees it as a chance to buy good companies at discounted prices. His famous phrase, "Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful," reflects this strategy. Buffett is also known for his skepticism about about complex financial instruments. He prefers to invest in simple, understandable businesses. Never invest in a business you cannot understand, he advises. It is important to note that Buffett's philosophy is not limited to financial aspects. He attaches great importance to ethical principles in business. It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. If you think about that, you'll do things differently, Buffett says. These principles helped Buffett become one of the most successful investors in history. But how exactly did he apply them in practice? In the next part, we will look at some of Warren Buffett's most iconic investments, including the deal that eventually earned him over $20 billion. Stay with us to learn how the Oracle of Omaha turns his philosophy into billions. During his long career, Warren Buffett has made many successful investments that have brought him and Berkshire Hathaway shareholders huge profits. Let's consider some of his most iconic deals. One of Buffett's most famous investments was the purchase of Coca-Cola shares in 1988. Berkshire Hathaway acquired 6.2% of the company for $1.02 billion. This investment proved to be incredibly successful. By 2020, the value of this stake had grown to more than $22 billion. Another outstanding investment was the purchase of the insurance company Geico. Buffett started buying Geico shares back in 1951, and in 1996, Berkshire Hathaway fully acquired the company. Under Buffett's leadership, Geico has become one of the largest auto insurance companies in the United States. In 2009, during the financial crisis, Buffett made one of his boldest deals, acquiring railroad operator Burlington Northern Santa Fe for $44 billion. This purchase was the largest in Berkshire Hathaway's history and demonstrated Buffett's faith in the long-term prospects of the American economy. In 2011, Buffett surprised many by investing $5 billion in Bank of America at the height of the financial crisis. This investment brought Berkshire Hathaway a huge profit. By 2017, its value had grown to $12 billion. One of Buffett's most unexpected investments was the purchase of Apple shares in 2016. Despite his traditional distrust of technology companies, Buffett saw a strong brand and loyal customer base in Apple. By 2020, Berkshire Hathaway owned more than 5% of Apple shares, worth more than $100 billion. Not all of Buffett's investments were successful. For example, in 2015, Berkshire Hathaway acquired aerospace component manufacturer Precision Castparts for $37 billion. However, in 2020, Buffett admitted that he overpaid for the company, and Berkshire Hathaway had to write off $9.8 billion in losses. Despite some setbacks, Buffett's overall investment record remains impressive. From 1965 to 2020, the average annual return on Berkshire Hathaway shares was 20.3%, significantly exceeding the S&P 500 index for the same period, 10.2%. Despite his vast fortune, Warren Buffett is known for his modest lifestyle. He still lives in the same house in Omaha that he bought in 1958 for $31,500. Buffett prefers simple food and often dines at McDonald's. He says, "I buy expensive suits. They just look cheap on me." Buffett's personal life has also been unconventional. He has been married twice. His first marriage to Susan Thompson lasted from 1952 until her death in 2004, although they lived apart from 1977. In 2006, Buffett married his longtime friend and companion, Astrid Menks. Despite living apart, Buffett and his first wife, Susan, remained close friends until her death. Buffett has 3 children, Susan, Howard, and Peter. He has always said that he wants to leave his children enough money so that they would feel they could do anything, but not so much that they would feel like doing nothing. This philosophy reflects his views on wealth and inheritance. Buffett is known for his humor and wisdom, which he often demonstrates in his annual letters to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders and speeches at shareholder meetings. His aphorisms and life advice are valued no less than his financial recommendations. For example, the popular quote we cited earlier, "Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. Despite his wealth, Buffett leads a relatively simple life and does not strive for luxury. He says, "If you buy things you do not need, soon you will have to sell things you need." This philosophy of moderation and reasonable consumption has become an important part of his public image. Buffett is also known for his his philanthropic activities. In 2006, he announced his decision to donate 99% of his fortune to charity. Most of these funds will go to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Buffett became one of the founders of the Giving Pledge initiative, urging billionaires to donate most of their fortunes to charity. Buffett's philosophy on wealth and philanthropy is reflected in his words. If you're in the luckiest 1% of humanity, you owe it to the rest of humanity to think about the other 99%. Warren Buffett's influence on the world of finance and business is hard to overestimate. His investment strategies and business philosophy have changed the way many investors and companies approach capital management and doing business. Berkshire Hathaway's annual shareholder meetings have become a real event in the world of finance, attracting thousands of investors from around the world. These meetings, often referred to as the Woodstock of capitalism, have become a forum where Buffett and his longtime partner, Charlie Munger, share their wisdom and answer shareholder questions. Buffett has also had a significant impact on corporate governance. He has always advocated for transparency in business and against excessive executive compensation. His approach to managing Berkshire Hathaway, where he provides significant autonomy to the managers of acquired companies, has become a model for many corporations. In the world of investment, Buffett has become a symbol of value investing. His approach to analyzing companies and choosing investments is studied in business schools around the world. Many successful investors, such as Bill Ackman and Joel Greenblatt, cite Buffett as their main inspiration. Buffett has also had a significant impact on the debate about taxing the wealthy. He has repeatedly advocated for higher taxes for the wealthiest Americans, arguing that he pays a lower tax rate than his employees. This position, known as the Buffett Rule, has become an important part of tax policy discussions in the United States. In the field of philanthropy, Buffett has become an example for many billionaires. His decision to donate most of his fortune has inspired many other wealthy people to follow suit. The Giving Pledge initiative, which he founded with Bill and Melinda Gates, has drawn attention to the importance of philanthropy among the ultra-rich. Buffett has also had a significant impact on popular culture. His aphorisms and worldly wisdom are often quoted in books on business and self-development. His image as a wise, humble billionaire has become a kind of archetype in popular culture. Despite his success and respect in the financial world, Warren Buffett has not escaped criticism and challenges. One of the main criticisms has been his conservative approach to investing in the technology sector. For a long time, Buffett avoided investing in technology companies, arguing that he did not understand their business models. This led to Berkshire Hathaway missing out on significant growth in this sector in the 1990s and 2000s. Buffett has also been criticized for his role during the 2008 financial crisis. Some argued that his investments in Goldman Sachs and Bank of America during the crisis were made on terms too favorable to him, raising questions about the fairness of such deals. Another criticism has been Berkshire Hathaway's management structure. Many investors and analysts have expressed concern about the company's succession plan, given Buffett's age and his key role in managing the holding company. Buffett has also been criticized for some of his investments. For example, his investment in Coca-Cola has been criticized from a health perspective, given the role of sugary drinks in the obesity epidemic. His investments in oil companies have also raised questions from an environmental standpoint. In recent years, Buffett has faced criticism for not paying enough attention to environmental, social, and governance issues. Some investors and activists have called on Berkshire Hathaway to more actively consider these factors in its investment strategy. Despite these criticisms, Buffett continues to be highly respected in the financial world. His ability to admit his mistakes and learn from them, as well as his willingness to adapt to changing market conditions, continue to impress investors and analysts. As Warren Buffett approaches his 93rd birthday, the question of his legacy and the future of Berkshire Hathaway becomes increasingly relevant. Buffett has long stated his intention to donate most of his fortune to charity, but the question of who will lead his investment empire after him remains open. In recent years, Buffett has taken a number of steps to ensure a smooth transition of leadership at Berkshire Hathaway. He has appointed two investment managers, Todd Combs and Ted Weschler, who are gradually taking on more responsibility for managing managing the company's investment portfolio. Buffett has also announced that his son Howard will become a non-executive chairman of the board after his departure to preserve the company's culture. Despite these steps, many investors and analysts express concern about the future of Berkshire Hathaway after Buffett. His unique investment style, reputation, and influence in the business community are difficult to replicate. Many wonder if the company can maintain its effectiveness and attractiveness to investors without its legendary leader. However, Buffett himself has repeatedly stated his confidence in the future of Berkshire Hathaway. He argues that the company is built to survive his departure and that the culture and principles he has instilled will continue to guide the company in the right direction. As for Buffett's personal legacy, it is already secured by his decision to donate most of his fortune to charity. His giving pledge has inspired many other billionaires to follow suit, which could have a long-term impact on philanthropy on a global scale. Buffett's investment philosophy will also undoubtedly remain an important part of his legacy. His approach to value investing, his emphasis on long-term prospects, and ethical business practices continue to influence new generations of investors and entrepreneurs. In recent years, Buffett has also been vocal on important social and economic issues, including income inequality and taxation of the wealthy. His voice in these debates, given his status and experience, could have a long-term impact on policymaking in these areas. The future may also bring new challenges for Buffett's investment strategy. The growth of the technology sector, climate change, and other global trends may require adaptation of traditional approaches to investing. However, the principles that Buffett has established, a focus on fundamental value, a long-term approach, and ethical business practices, are likely to remain relevant regardless of changes in the economic landscape. The story of Warren Buffett is not just a story of financial success. It is a story about the power of principles, the importance of long-term thinking, and the meaning of ethics in business. From a boy selling chewing gum to one of the most influential investors in the world, Buffett has always remained true to his values and beliefs. His approach to investing, based on finding the intrinsic value of companies and holding assets for the long term, has changed the way many people think about how to invest. Buffett has proven that patience, discipline, and deep analysis can yield far greater results than trying to guess short-term market movements. But perhaps the most important lesson Buffett has taught is how to relate to wealth and success. Despite his vast fortune, he continues to lead a modest lifestyle and emphasizes the importance of giving back to society. His decision to donate most of his fortune to charity has set an example for many other wealthy people around the world. Buffett has also shown that success in business does not have to come at the expense of ethics. His emphasis on honesty, transparency, and long-term relationships with partners and shareholders has become a model of corporate governance. Buffett's influence extends far beyond the world of finance. His wisdom and life advice are valued by people from all walks of life. He has shown that it is possible to achieve great success while remaining humble, ethical, and true to your principles. What are the key lessons we can learn from the story of Warren Buffett? First, the importance of education and continuous self-improvement. Buffett has always emphasized that his most important investment was investing in his own education. Second, the importance of long-term thinking. In a world obsessed with short-term results, Buffett has proven the value of patience and a strategic approach. Third, the importance of ethics in business. Buffett has shown that you can be successful without sacrificing your moral principles. Fourth, the value of simplicity. Despite his vast fortune, Buffett continues to lead a modest lifestyle, reminding us that true wealth is not measured by material possessions. Finally, the importance of giving back to society. Buffett's decision to donate most of his fortune to charity is a powerful reminder of our responsibility to society. The story of Warren Buffett inspires us not only to strive for financial success, but also to think about how we can use our resources and talents to create a positive impact in the world. What do you think is the most relevant lesson from Warren Buffett in today's world? How can we apply his principles in our own lives and careers? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. We will continue to tell you success stories of outstanding people who are changing the world for the better. See you soon.